All right, we actually, Levack and Goz, we are live from the Albany Empire offices. If you can't tell, the decor is a little different than what you usually get on Techies Tuesday. Thanks to the Techies Fire and Water Restoration Studios, which, I mean, this is all my gear still that I paid for with those checks, so it's still that. We signed on a little late.
I got some questions about Techies. Before we get to that, I have some real questions because this happened to me in my house.
Here to help.
So, I don't know if it's the smoke detector or the CO2 detector. One of these detectors went off in my house. I'm not quite sure which one.
Was there smoke?
No, I don't think so.
Then it was probably the CO2 detector.
Okay, so it's just like beeping. It's like beep, beep.
Okay.
And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to turn it off. And so what I decided, I had two ideas. So I had like 3 of these things all in the same place. So what I did with the first 2 is I just took the batteries out. But because I put them in the same place, I don't know which ones have batteries and which ones don't. So I wasn't sure which one was beeping. So I put one in the fridge. Because if you don't hear the noise, then you're fine. And my wife found it later and asked why it was in the fridge. But then I found the one that was not right. So how do you fix that? Is that a tech east issue? Is that a life issue? How do you?
All right.
That happened to me today.
First things first. It stopped beeping.
Yeah, I took the batteries out. So I have now 4 CO2s and smoke detectors with no batteries because I just didn't like the beeping anymore.
So none of them have batteries in them.
At this moment, no.
Okay. Only the one was beeping?
Yeah, the one, yeah, just the one.
And these, okay, so you should put the batteries back in them. Maybe fresh batteries. Fresh batteries probably the way to go.
Okay.
If they begin to beep again, you then need to figure out whether or not you have a CO2 leak, which would be a big thing.
Techies can fix that if needed.
I could call somebody for you. I mean, you're really Tech East is more of a. We do have a construction side, which we could get our guys in there to help out. But you're more going to want somebody in there just about right away. You don't really want a CO2 leak in your house.
Or the batteries are bad. One of the two.
Change the batteries.
Yeah.
Put them all back out. If they beep and there's no smoke, you're going to call somebody to come in and check out the CO2 because there could be a leak. Especially because this is the time of year this happens. Now, I do know this is part of Tech East because everybody's windows are closed. So now all these devices that weren't picking up a small CO2 leak are starting to pick it up. You don't want carbon monoxide. Don't CO whatever, not CO2, but yeah, no, that's not good, guys. You don't just ignore it. You don't just ignore it.
All right. Well, I thought that was a Tech East question. I'm sorry for derailing the show. I thought I was helping, if anything.
Well, we're fire, water, mold mitigation. So if it was a fire afterwards, we come in and clean everything out for you and work with your insurance company to make sure you're taken care of. CO2 leak, you're going to want to get somebody in there. I'll call my guy, Zach. He'll come over.
Right. Thank you, Zach.
He'll come over and check it out for you. But you can't just take the batteries out.
Or put it in the fridge.
It's kind of a big deal. No, it's kind of a big deal.
Right.
Because the heat's running. You could have, one of your vents up top could be blocked and all that's coming back into the house.
It's just a beeper.
Yeah, I just taste nickel all the time. I don't know what's...
Kid's fine.
Kids, all of a sudden Rex is fully talking. He's mutated completely. Techies Fire and Water Restoration. Goz, you scare me. All right, so we started a little late today, and it's because you can't make this stuff up. So we're live at the TU, and the reason we're live at the TU today is Sienna is hosting Yale. So we're prepping the show, and I will... pretty much 90% of the time I'll be running audio when we're prepping the show because every once in a while something will come up, but worst case scenario gives me a chance to hear what's working and what's not working. Do you want to just play it? This is what happened like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes ago.
So if I do the social media post with the Stone Cold Steve Austin stuff and Stone Cold is like doing the beer truck, but I feel like if we do Twitter,
did you hear that?
No.
So I think somebody knocked on the door. Hold on, let me run over and check it.
All right.
Oh, is this a microphone?
Oh, no. No!
Oh, Goz! Hello, Gozy Bear. How are you? Oh, my God.
It has been almost a year.
What are you doing in here?
Since I've heard from Yale McYalerton.
Never to be forgotten. Ever! Lest we forget. Ever. Never forget me.
Yeah.
You're in my arena.
I guess
this is my house. I was going to actually, Goz. Goz.
Yeah, I yell.
Levack,
hello.
Levack, go get me a drink. You owe me money. It's good to keep him busy. So here's the deal, guys.
Yeah.
I was going to buy the naming rights. It's MVP Arena.
You were, yeah.
I was going to, but then I realized if it was Yale McYalerton Center, I'd have to let your hairy ass inside.
It's not funny. That is.
And I would never allow you in some place of mine ever. I can't believe you know how to use indoor plumbing.
Yeah,
How are you?
Sienna's
The back, the cold one.
Yeah. Sienna's playing Yale here at the whatever arena we're calling it now. For those who don't know, Yale, this is not radio anymore. Yale, some people may not know who you are. You were a huge Yale fan that constantly insults fans every time you get a chance.
I mean, I like to think that they're a fan of mine. Actually, like the McYalertons go far predate the university.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, it's another thing. We actually a very interesting story, but I'm not going to bother because you won't understand. Oh, Goz, I miss you so much. Goz, you know what I do when I miss you?
It's been like 10 months. Yeah, what do you do? It's been a long time. I go to the zoo. And I see the primates, and I'm like, look at that! Look, there's Goz. Or you know the Granny film where they see the Bigfoot run across the field. Yeah. Or as I call it, Goz mowing his lawn. Oh, Goz, I missed you. I don't miss you.
The cold one.
I despise you, Yale. It's been 10 months since I've had to see your stupid. I don't know what you want. Is that an ascot, by the way? You're wailing it.
Oh, that's better than your asshole. Wait, we're a podcast. Well, we don't swear.
Podcast.
The McYalertons don't swear. We pay people to swear for us. It's amazing. The other day, I really wanted to tell off this bank teller who was like, they were mixing up the hundreds with the $1,000 bills. Yeah, I still get thousands. I do. And I was like, you, and all of a sudden, like, I hit a button, and in walks someone else, and they call them the F word for me. And I'm talking about the one that got Gruden fired. Like, that's the one. No, because again, it's not me. I would never. But this person that I've hired, they say it, and then we just we deport them. Yeah. They're white people. It's fine. It's fine. I think they kick them right out of the country.
You are the
No
worst.
one likes white people. Actually, Canadians. I get rid of them.
Oh,
Goz, what do you think's going to happen tonight? Who's going to win this big game?
I hope Sienna wins. Wins.
Goz, I was curious.
Yeah.
Is this the only game where the mascots are hairier than you? Goz, I gotta go. Levack, the cold one.
Yeah, it is. I wish I could say it was good to see you. You actually made me laugh for once in a while. Usually I just despise you and throw you out. I cannot believe I'm saying this. It's been so long. Thank you for at least gracing us with us on this Levack. I don't even know, but I'm at a loss for words.
Goz, I'm curious about something.
Sure.
I really, really am. How many razors do you break shaving your neck? Seriously, look at that thing. Who needs an ascot when you've got a neck beard like that? I'd yell to the victory. Actually, I own the rights to Michigan's fight song too.
I hope it's another 11 months till I see you again. Goodbye, Yale. Yale McYalerton.
I'll get it myself.
The return I never wanted.
Get it myself. I'll pay someone to go get it. Back in here. Was he mean to you? I'm sorry.
Yes, he was. Levack.
There wasn't even a fridge here. Like, we didn't have a fridge. All of a sudden, there's a big ass cooler in the Empire offices. I don't like. We don't have a fridge now. We have there's actually, I think it's gone already. There's a cooler, just a huge cooler full of drinks. Nothing I've ever heard of before.
I blame you.
Why do you blame me?
That man has not been in my life for almost a year. And
Listen,
today,
I didn't blame Sienna, blame Coach Carm, John Dargenio, Mike Demos. They scheduled Yale for a home game.
I blame Twitter. I blame Ryan McCarthy and Joey and Alex and all these other people who loved Yale McYalerton. Are you happy? Are you happy he's back?
That's the mean. Like, you can tell it's been a while because he's never been mean to me before. Like, he's like, I also do owe him some money. So maybe that's
you too. I didn't know that. I don't know what's happened over the last year with you guys. You guys talk more than I do.
Remember?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like, he's usually like, just hey, can I cop a few bucks? He throws me a wallet and just take what I want. I think he remembers. So we'll see. Yale playing Sienna tonight at the Times Union Center. Levack and Goz live at the Albany Empire offices. You see the trophy right here, ready to go. And man, Yale McYalerton, huh? The legend. I wonder where he sits.
He's back. You know what I want Yale to do? I want Yale, because it seems like he's hit some hard times here over the last month. If he's somehow figuring something out with you, I don't know. He has to invest his money the right way. Jared Lozier is the guy to do that with. Yale McYalerton and Jared together. What a wonderful couple that could be. 2021
destroyed Jared.
Terrible. 2021 is almost over. 2022 is on the way. What's the best way to invest your money? Whether it's your business, your home, maybe you just want to find something to do in the future that you feel like can have a great result for you. Jared Lozier can help you do that. We're both pals with him. We love hanging out with him. I think he's out living the life right now.
He's back.
Is he back? Yeah, Look at that. Good for you, Jared,
the Tartuga Music Festival.
Ooh, Jared, continue to connect with him. Email him today, jaredl@nemail.com. Northeastern Insurance, your spot here to make sure that you are covered. All your great investments for the future. It's Jared Lozier. For more information, check it out here on our podcast, our YouTube channel as well. One more time for that email, Jared, jaredl@nemail.com. And like I always used to say, and still continue to do, our picks. Someone email this man with big bold letters. Thank you for the investment and everything else. And look at there he is.
Yep.
He writes right
alive,
into the show.
I'm curious, what hurt more, partying at the Tartuga Music Festival with actually some beautiful women, or when I slammed you in the nuts with a golf club? I mean, it's really the question that everybody needs to know.
956-3753, 518-956-3753. We're giving you Ivy League talent right there, Jared. Yale McYalerton's on the way, and who knows?
It's big. It's big to see him. Monday Night Football last night. What a crappy game. I mean, unless you're a Niners fan, the San Francisco 49ers bullied the Los Angeles Rams, bullied them, just pushed them all over the field. I am completely angry at myself because everything that I ever used to pick a winner told me to bet the 49ers, and I still bet the Rams. I let my fandom go over and lump me up a little bit.
It feels, and maybe it's just a wagering now more, that people are back into it. The underdog in divisional games is really feeling like it's in. I know underdogs are 18 games above 500 against the spread this season, right around there. It's a little less than 20, more than 15, but that's it. I feel like this is the new thing with the Rams every week with us. And I turn it to you again. All right, I know you picked the Rams in the preseason, but ...
Right.
I had Bills Bucks, and we'll get to all those games a little bit later on. But for you, as we're leading off with the Rams here, big bad Bob Woods tears up his ACL. Yeah. Odell Beckham Jr., social media loved it. They're asking, can he already get traded after one game? How do you feel about your Rams now, your Super Bowl favorite, after that performance?
I don't even know if you can count losing to the Niners anymore. That's their 5th straight loss to the San Francisco 49ers. Kyle Shanahan has McVay's number. I'm obviously not going to give up on him yet because there's still plenty of time. I want to see what they do next week. A whole week of OBJ, a whole week without Robert Woods. Aaron Donald's pissed off. Von Miller's pissed off. McVay's pissed off. Like what you do next week, how you bounce back from a 31-10 ass whooping at the hands of an interconference rival, an interdivision rival. That tells me how much I still believe in you. That's where I'm at. So as of this moment, still believe in the Rams, still think they're one of the teams to beat. But man, that was ugly. That was just straight ugly.
It's hard to figure out the Rams as a team for the rest of the season because sometimes for these really top tier teams, there's one glaring weakness, something really obvious that can cost a team a victory. For the Chiefs in the past, it was the defense. For the Buccaneers, it was the secondary. For some teams, it's been the offensive line in the past. That big weakness is especially exploited in the Super Bowl when you have 2 weeks to prep and everything else. Is there a huge glaring weakness for the Rams?
Yes.
What is it?
They can't run the football.
Okay.
They run like wimps. They are one-dimensional on offense. And it's starting to show. Stafford's numbers have been dropping off. They need to do a better job running the football. And you don't have Akers, you don't have this, you don't have that. Okay, fine. You have Sony Michel. You traded to get Sony Michel. I, for one, fell for that, thought he was going to be a big deal. Daryl Henderson's still makes me angry after his Radio Row interview. But you've got enough. You've got a veteran O-line. You got to run the football. You at least make a solid effort at running the football. And until they do that, they're going to get bullied by teams like the Niners.
Yeah, that offensive line and that running back combination you're talking about, they have to have a second threat. What happens is when you have coaches like McVay, who are these geniuses, they're heralded as and reported as that they're going to redefine football forever. They're going to be these gurus of offense. That's wonderful and great, but it'd also be nice to get a 1st and 10 and get like 6 yards. Like some basic stuff that's lost.
Or at least have your defense, the other defensive ends and secondary have to guess what they have to do.
Yeah.
Defensive ends are petting their ears back, coming after the quarterback. Stafford's not going to run. So
the easy answer that some people would say too, that I think you and I both agree on this, it's not, they've got too many big names that aren't performing. That's not really the case. Like Jalen Ramsey's good. Aaron Donald's good. We can run up and down the roster of big names, all pros, Pro Bowlers, all that stuff that the Rams have brought in and been active doing. That has not been the case. It's more so what you just said. It's the running backs not being a true threat, the NFC West being a really good division, and some inconsistency. All that stuff is piling on. That's why the Rams are not as dominant as many people thought they could be. But with all that being said, I'm with you on that too, that this season is far from over for LA when we talk about a team that could possibly, in their case, play in their own stadium come February.
Yeah, it is Levack and Goz live from the Times Union Center, getting ready for some Siena hoops. The world needs more Saints, and hopefully they take down Yale today. That would be fun. Of course, this is technically the Tech East Fire and Water Restoration Studios. It travels where we travel. Since we're here, Albany Empire news. I will tell you that Coach Moss and the crew signing everybody. Like every time I look up, and by the way, seen a lot of SEC helmets on these kids that are getting signed by the Albany Empire. So guys that are like 1-2 years removed from LSU, from Bama. You know, there was an Oklahoma guy. It's a little Big 12 action. Like there's some talent coming in. Keep an eye on the social medias for the Albany Empire.
I don't want to give away too much information. I say that as if I know this information. It's more of a question. Are you allowed to discuss how this recruiting process, this offseason stuff goes in the league and how players are evaluated? Or is that too much insider info that you don't want the Empire to know what other teams and all that stuff?
As team president, I stay the F out of the way. I let Coach Manas and Coach Ware and Coach Johnson and Jay Rich, Jeremy Richardson is our linebacker, running back coach now. I let them do their job. Yeah. Oh yeah. He wanted to retire before. We made him play one more year. I'm still going to try and get him to play this year. No, we as a team, I know that they go out and they're constantly scouting, constantly looking. I know Coach is going to be helping out on some senior games this year to get a little inside track on that kind of stuff. But basically the way it works is leading up to November 1st, if you were on a team the previous season, only that team can negotiate with you. But if you weren't in the NAL the year before, you're a free agent. And then November 1st on, if you're out there and you want to sign, you sign. The one thing that does happen, and like there are multiple indoor football leagues out there, so you don't just have the competition of the other teams in the NAL, you have the other leagues as well. So there's a lot of people going after these players. And the thing is, the other leagues will still go after the player even if you sign them, even though that's a scumbag move. And we try not to do it, but they'll do it. So watch that stuff.
And in similar fashion to what we've seen in last season, I just bring this up because COVID, some people might be wondering if the rules have changed post-COVID restrictions and everything else. That roster and that roster size is always fluid, right? Like we could see a player that signed week 1, maybe not be on the team in week 4. We could see a player signed for training camp that cut down. Okay.
25 max, 21 active game on game day. That's your roster. So, the pay scale has changed. We don't have a salary cap anymore. So guys are going to make more money. That's
whoa, hang on. Twitter told me different because it's Iron Man. What about Twitter? Twitter said this is all fake news, right?
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, Coach
Twitter is different.
Coach GIF and Coach Meme are they're very talented individuals.
The trolls told me on social media the whole league was going under. I should have not listened to the trolls. I'm sorry.
Look, there is 100% going to be a growth period. Where everything comes together. Some of these guys haven't played two-way football in a very long time. But the bottom line is we've got the head coach who coached Ironman before, and I had about an hour and a half long conversation with Coach Manaz, like right when this was announced, explaining how the snaps are going to be the same. So like if you're the starting wide receiver and you're not the specialist, like if you're a specialist, you only play that position. That's all you have to do. But you're not the specialist. So you're the wide receiver and you're the defensive back, right? If you start a quarter, you can be subbed out and come back in. If you're the sub for that player and you leave, you can't come back for that quarter. So what you're going to see a lot of times is these guys will be going hard in the first quarter, subbed in the second quarter, halftime break, maybe start later in the third quarter and finish the game. So the snaps aren't going to change. Is it going to be easy? Hell no. But it's called Iron Man for a reason, and we're the only league that does it. So that's why the NAL did it. That's why we're excited about it. There's other news still to come. That we just announced the San Antonio Gunslingers are in the league.
Love that name. Right. I know we're going to be rooting against them here soon, but the Gunslingers, ooh.
Dude, plus I'm looking forward to going to San Antonio. that's one of the ones the team president will get on a plane. That's one of the ones. Yeah, you got stuff to do back here. Yeah, I'll take care. I'll conference me in. But no, so as you know, Mike Corden now majority owner. So we got that going on, and we're ready to go. We're plugging right along. If you'd like to sponsor the Empire, hit me up, Levack at Albany Empire, NAL.com.
When are we getting a schedule? A couple more months?
That is a great question. That is a great question. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, San Antonio's in the league. We were waiting for that. There are still some dominoes that might fall. We might be adding another team, maybe 2.
Ooh.
So what the NAL has decided, what Chris Siegfried, the commissioner, has said is, I want to release a schedule, and that's the schedule. So he doesn't want to do, like last year we had to change it when Ontario, California dropped out. He said once he has everything done, that's when the schedule will come out. We know it's April to August. It's first week of April to, let's just say, middle of August. So they start planning on those Saturdays being important. That's all I can tell you.
All right.
All right. Now get off my back, guys.
Yeah, reporter boy, you big J journalist.
Stupid questions about stupid things and stuff and whatever, and I don't want to do it anymore. Levack and Goz.
Before we get into the rapid recap,
I want to talk about one of the biggest Empire fans there is.
Oh my!
Before you do whatever you're going to, Cindy Martin.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cindy.
Realtor to the stars, and me. I love Cindy. Like, she is, like, you want to talk about somebody. You could have a person who has every connection needed, the best lawyers, best mortgage brokers, best inspectors, all of the local attorneys ready to go. And then that Saturday night, you look over and she's in the stands going crazy at an Empire game. That's Cindy Martin. She is one of the biggest sports fans in the area and one of the best realtors all the way around. She is part of the Jen Karam team for Howard Hanna. And right now, if you're even considering selling your house, you should give her a call. You should check it out because you're never going to have better values. That's the way I feel. And with her involved, you're going to be taken care of great. Maybe you're somebody who has to move for work. Maybe you're somebody who's moving into the area for work, or you know somebody's coming in. Cindy Martin works locally and globally. So she's part of this amazing group. She will handpick and work with any agent that will help you. She'll take care of you all the way through. Doesn't charge extra for that. She does it a lot. She makes sure it's good. She wants to take care of her people. I love she says that, my people. And that she means it. Cindy Martin, Cynthia Martin at howardhanna.com. Cynthia Martin at howardhanna.com. 518-932-5558. 518-932-5558. Cindy Martin, not only Empire fan, not only local sports fan, my favorite realtor. And I got friends who are realtors. Chad over at the Hideaway, pissed off about it. Don't care, Chad. She's my favorite realtor. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it.
If you're looking to sell your home, you heard the information right there. Do not wait. You've got the contact information you need now. Make it happen. Put some money in your pocket and find out what you can do next.
I love it. I love it. All right. Rapid recap.
Let's
not
do
so
it.
rapid recap. All right, man, better week than last week, but not great. I still don't feel great. I felt good about my locks for the most part, but a lot of stuff happening still in the NFL that'll curl your toes, my friends. All right, let's start with the Bills. I called this one, and can we just stop with the Mike White crap now? 45-17. The Buffalo Bills circle the wagon, slap the daylights out of the Jets. How about Mike White? 24 for 44, threw 4 interceptions, no touchdowns, with a QBR of 27.7. He had a very nice game. He threw everything underneath. He is now being asked to do more, and defenses are eating him alive.
Well, let's go back to our comparison of Mike White as an exotic dancer at a gentleman's club.
Okay.
Does
he have a pet monkey?
Is Texas back? Pour Some Sugar on Me is officially ended. She's leaving the stage. Jets fans, it was fun. No, she was not in love with you, and you did not have to love her back. The Mike White experiment is officially over. As for the Bills, okay, great. You beat the Jets. Jets stink. You bounced back. You still lost to Jacksonville, which is going to go back and look at one of the most bizarre things that's happened in the NFL season. Buffalo, the real test for them is going to be New England in a couple of weeks coming up. So that's the real test for Buffalo. Now, look, Bills, that's what's happened now. We're in mid-November, and we're giving you so much of a break now because we believe in you. Even a Jets victory maybe a few years ago would have been like, that's pivotal, playoffs, draft pick. You don't have to worry about that. Now it's about New England that's coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah, but I mean, that's good teams are supposed to slap the daylights out of bad teams, and that's what happened. But Jets, you got a rookie head coach, rookie coaching staff, your rookie quarterback is still a far better option than Mike White. Relax. You got a running back. Carter looks good. I like Carter a lot. I like him a lot. Let's talk about those Jags real quick. Are they starting to get it though? Because they they kind of went at it a little bit with the Colts. Colts win 23-17. Jags do cover. I feel like not good. They're not good. But I feel like the Jags are kind of figuring out professional football. Like Urban Meyer kind of figuring out the NFL just a little bit.
The whole thing across the board. Urban Meyer's a coach, getting a little bit better on the sidelines. The play calling looks a little bit better, understanding that you just can't out-athlete people like you did at Ohio State and Florida and everywhere else, and running the spread option. Trevor Lawrence, statistically, is not putting up the numbers that some fans had hoped this season, but he's not exactly a generational quarterback year one, but better as well. The defense is making some plays. Totally with you on that. As for Indianapolis, man, the Colts, if they were in the NFC, if they were in a different conference this season, we would be talking about the Colts as a potential threat to get to the Super Bowl. But because the AFC is so loaded, the path for Indianapolis is more about, can Tennessee just fall apart because of the injury to Derrick Henry? Colts are really good. I say the same thing about it every single time. Wentz is playing better. Jonathan Taylor now has a chance to win the rushing title. He's probably the favorite to do it now. Frank Wright's a really good coach. Darius Leonard's one of the top defensive players. It's the same names every single time. Go Colts if you're a Colt fan, because you've got a really good team poised for a December run.
All right, let's go to those Titans. The Tennessee Titans hold on for their 6th straight win. Beat the Saints 23-21. Gotta tell you, I know I've been wrong about the Titans. I've been wrong. 6 straight wins, best streak in the league. I think that they could actually get Pittsburgh Steelers, though. I mean, what happens when you go to the playoffs? Are you really taking the Titans over everybody else? Because I'm not doing it. I'm still not doing it. Good win. Saints should have won that game.
I'm not sure what else the Titans have to do besides what you just said, win in the playoffs or get to a Super Bowl, because that stretch of 5 games in a row, the teams that they just defeated, 5 of the possible playoff teams in both sides of the conference. Tennessee has done everything in their path to make it happen. Mike Vrabel, they're piecing together old Adrian Peterson. A.J. Brown and Julio Jones haven't been good either.
Has Julio Jones played?
Right. He looks old, and he looks older than Peterson.
And he's on the IR even. Like, he's whatever.
The Titans are winning games, and I have more faith in them that they could be a Super Bowl team, but I said Bucs Bills in the preseason. If I get a rematch with Buffalo and Tennessee, I would lean towards Buffalo. So I guess I'm with you on this too, that I got to see Tennessee prove it in January. I guess so. I'm Mr. Titan. I'm a Titan defender, but even in the Saints victory,
Defending
I'm like,
the Titans no longer.
I can't believe
no
it.
sequel.
Sorry, Tom from Johnstone.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make up for that. How about this?
I turned on the Titans after a win. What the hell's wrong with me?
Well, because they should have lost. Cowboys bounce back big time, 43-3 over the Falcons. Is Texas back? Like I know that this was a bad Falcons team. I know Dan Quinn had everybody motivated. I know all the things. But when I see a team put 43 on the board and hold a team to 3, and the Falcons have jumped up and bit some people, they got some weapons. Talk about how beautiful the Titans are. This was the guy who used to run their offense, coaching this team. I think Dallas is freaking scary. I think they are scary. You should be afraid of Dallas. If you can keep Mike McCarthy off the headsets.
I feel like when you rearrange what's happened for the Dallas Cowboys season, the blowout loss to Denver just a week previous, and then that Cowboy team showed up against Atlanta, who we just talked about, beat a Saints team. That is a game too that when we previewed it on Sunday, I believe I did take the Falcons with the points because they had cashed in the week before for me. I knew immediately that game and that bet was lost.
Like in warm-ups.
No, this is so wrong. Yeah. How can I hedge this? No. Give me my mobile betting. Help. I made a mistake. It's a dear mistake.
You know when you're a kid and you see the other team and you're like, oh my God, like they're bigger than us. Like they're everything than us. Like this one, they go, like that's what it felt like. The Falcons got on the field like, we're going to have fun. We're going to pick flowers. And we're all getting icings after the game, guys. And then Dallas came on the bus and they all went, oh, shit.
Zeke Elliott, welcome back. Hi. Thanks for showing up. Yeah. You are now back to being one of the top running backs in the NFL. For Atlanta, it got so bad, Josh Rosen got in and he threw a pick. Remember, he was
By the way, Josh Rosen sighting. Pookie, I found Rosen. Pookie said good. All right.
You know Atlanta was going to be a playoff team if they won that game, or still are in the mix. That did not look like a playoff team by any stretch in that game.
Playoff team. I mean, I know we got extra teams, but they're not playoff teams. How about the Pats just straight flushing the Browns? 45-7. Mac Jones. He walked off the field in Foxborough. They picked him up. The big dude from the Hall of Fame picked him up, drove him right to Canton. did the bust, put him in the jacket. I mean, they played amazing football, but you would think Mac Jones was Tom Brady, the way that people are talking about. I got Jay over at the Tech East Fire and Water Restoration office, big Patriots fan. What do you think of Mac Jones? I'm like, I think he's the perfect quarterback for what they're doing. I think they found their guy. Oh, system. Here goes the system talk. Here goes, like, dude, if Brady was drafted by Cleveland, he'd be trash. You know what I mean? If you got to be in the right place to make it work. I've liked Mac Jones, you know this, since the championship. Since he won the championship with Bama. I thought he was amazing in that game, and I thought he should have been ranked higher in the draft. He's going to be great, I feel like. I don't know, great. He's going to be very good, but it's because of where he is. This is Belichick coaching and talent and attitude all working together.
You've always been the leader of Patriot Nation. I took it from you on Sundays. I constantly picked against New England. I don't like this position anymore. Mm-hmm. Just like I had to defend the Titans constantly. I don't like betting against New England anymore because it's not working.
Why would you do it? I told you not to.
I don't like it. It's not good. New England.
I told you not to.
You mentioned the stories that from Patriots fans. They are becoming now this like sexy pick of kind of a little bit off.
Oh, they scare the hell out of me.
Right. Like the AFC, we've talked about a little bit about some teams we don't trust as much anymore, but people do trust New England because of Belichick and everything else. Yeah, New England is starting to turn things around, but I'm going to flip it back to what I said about Buffalo. It makes that game even more important when that AFC title is on the line. Of if you're a Bill fan and you get beat by New England again, you're like, they don't have Brady anymore. How are we still losing?
It's real, though. Yeah. I mean, it's real. All right. Up. I don't know what I just did there. Levack and Goz live from the Albany Empire offices, get ready for Siena versus Yale. The fact of the matter is, if you looked at last year's team and thought that was an accurate representation of what Belichick and the Patriots are, you weren't paying attention. They have 8 guys out for COVID, bunch of other injuries, just lost Brady, throwing a rookie and what's left of Cam Newton into the fire. Like that, they got their guys back. It's Belichick. He knows how to coach. So look out. Just look out. I hate it. Patriots are back. The Patriots are back. You might want to go over and I don't know what the win all wager is. Probably not a terrible time to go to Rivers and go ahead and pull a little money on the Pats to at least win the AFC.
Oh man, I couldn't do that again and watch another Patriots Super Bowl. Man, Belichick.
Well, as of right now, we're not even invited, so it doesn't really matter.
Pending.
We don't even get to go to the friggin' giveaway anymore. Actually, I asked and I can enter now. So yeah, so I'm going to enter to win.
How about me? Can I enter?
I'm sure they just throw that away. So hey, get this. The Lions didn't lose, huh? How about this one? The Lions, Steelers, they kissed their sisters, 16-16 tie. That turd Travis from Trav and Rigney started trying to take this as a victory. Jags is a victory. Everything is a victory. The Lions are god-awful, but they will not be the first ever 0-17 team.
You did it, Detroit. Way to go.
Bite a kneecap off.
Let's talk about kissing your sister for a second. I saw Kyle Brandt.
Yeah, where is your sister?
How dare you? She is dating a lovely guy named Big Bad Bob. Kyle Brandt said this on the NFL Network. Isn't kissing... Go ahead.
Is Bob short for Roberta? Did you just tell me that?
No.
All right.
It's Robert. Anyways, kissing your sister.
Not there's anything wrong with that.
Isn't that a loss? When did the comparison of kissing your sister become a tie?
Well, no, everybody hates the tie.
You kiss your sister.
You hate it. That's the thing. It's awful. Nobody wants to tie. Like I guarantee Dan Campbell is not happy that he tied. He probably bit his own damn kneecap off over this. But at the same time, I guarantee somewhere deep down in places he don't talk about at parties, he'd rather be 0-16-1 than 0-17. Who knows?
My level of hate, though, I would hate a loss more than a tie. So I feel like kissing your sister is not good. Especially on Game of Thrones, I guess.
For Pittsburgh, there's some value behind it simply because of the fact that you're still, you're playoff viable, in a way. For Detroit, it doesn't matter. It's just like I said, you're just not. You're going to be bad. You're just not going to be historically bad. So it is what it is.
I just threw a Game of Thrones reference out there. Never watched the show.
What was it?
I said, people don't want to kiss their sister unless it's Game of Thrones. Yeah. Is that an accurate representation of the
the Lannisters? Yeah.
Right.
I mean, realistically, the whole show pops off from that. Like, it's a very different show if they're not a bunch of incestuous freaks.
All right.
But they're all very pretty. Even Tyrion, you little son of a... All right, moving on. What the buck on ears happened in D.C., man? That was... that. I have watched probably 200 plus football games with you guys, and I don't know that I've ever seen you that sad. And we watched the Raiders-Bucks game at Wolves 111 where the Raiders beat them. And I don't think you were as like the first half. You and Shannon, who's also a Bucs fan over at the Hideaway, were looking. She kicked you out. She said you have to leave because they're playing so poorly. She blames you,
and rightfully so. She should have. Back in the Super Bowl run, Tampa played better in that second half. It felt a lot like Jacksonville, Buffalo, where Buffalo, you're watching that game, you think, okay, they're going to turn it around. They're the Bills. They're just good enough. They have better players. They're going to make it. And they never did. Tampa just dug themselves in a hole so deep, so fast. This is the most disappointing loss for the Buccaneers, of course, since Brady's been there. But we could go back even further than that because Tampa really hadn't been competitive in a lot of games. They hadn't been a playoff team basically since, the season of 07, the January of 08. It's one of those worst losses out there for a really, really good team. I'm shocked by it. Stunned. Like everything across the board from Tampa's defense to the lack of the running game. I know Chris Godwin was injured, but he played. That's a bad loss for Tampa, especially they got lucky with New Orleans losing to Tennessee, but now Tampa's in the spot they don't want to be in. If they keep playing this way to hang on to the South title, they're going to get either LA or Arizona in the wild card round. And that's another terrible matchup for Tampa. So that's a bad loss for the Bucs. And I did not win a lot of money on that game. I, in fact, lost a lot of money in my relatively speaking terms.
That was a tough spread. Like I would not have put money on that game. The over. I went back and looked at my notes. Like what I do is it'll actually be tomorrow. At some point, I'll take 20, 30 minutes. I'll go through each game and I'll write down my first blush, like the first thing I think of. And that game, I went over 51.5 easy. Like easy. And then whatever.
Double locked Levack 0 for 2. And I'm going to say this until we get to the playoffs. Done betting the Buccaneers for locks.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Because I missed the Patriot one bad too.
Look, they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. This is what they were they weren't even a good team last year.
75 at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and then they took off. They'll be fine. How about the Panthers? They get Cam back. They get back to winning 34-10 over the Cards. 2 touchdowns on his first 2 plays for Superman. It felt good to see. There was the post-game interview where Cam, like, as soon as he scored, he screamed, "I'm back." And the post-game interview, it's not about me. Well, then why'd you scream you're back? Like, like it should, what? It actually is about you because I don't think the team wins without you. You did a good job. You did a good job. You look good. I give the credit to Matt Rule and Joe Brady. You know how to use the guy. Let's get him in there for a couple plays, even though he doesn't know our offense. Let's dumb him down, use his athleticism against everybody. Good job.
Carolina, we said this Sunday previewing the game, you've become the most interesting team in the NFL, and it continues to be that way following that victory for Carolina, smashing Arizona. You mentioned a lot of stuff about Cam. I'm disappointed his hat wasn't bigger. I wanted the more and more he played big, the bigger and bigger the hat gets. That's the new thing on social media. 10 likes and I'll make the thing bigger. I wanted a bigger hat from Cam. But he played great. Levack, like seriously, PJ Walker, Sam Darnold, Cam Newton. Who would you rather have as a Carolina Panther quarterback for the rest of this season?
Can I run the Wildcat with Run CMC?
I can't. I mean, the way McCaffrey's been getting hurt, if you want that as an option, you can go ahead and take it. I'm taking Cam Newton.
Yeah.
I think he's the best of the 3.
Yeah, I guess. And then next week you're playing the football team, his old coach, Ron Rivera. So that'll be interesting to see. I can't wait to break that game down. All right, Vikings, 27-20 over the Chargers. I nailed this one. Bottom line is this, my friends. You pester Justin and Herbert, he becomes a very average quarterback. 2 sacks, but they got after him a little bit. He was looking down more. Go get him, Vikings. Get that victory. Get that dub.
Good for Minnesota. So many heartbreaking losses this season. So many times I thought about the Vikings as maybe even if Aaron Rodgers is going to miss more games, the potential threat in that North Division. That's a victory Minnesota really needed. Flip it over to the Chargers. Welcome to the AFC West, man.
I was just saying hi to
guys. Hello, hey. What a mess, man. The Chargers, they could finish with double-digit victories and be on the outside looking into the playoffs. Wouldn't it something be more Charger than that? Missing the playoffs with like 11 wins.
Well, the AFC West is not good. I'm sorry. I hate to admit it. They're just not good.
You could see a double-digit team, though, out of the West missing the playoffs, right?
I don't think they can get there.
Okay.
Because guess what? Another AFC West team lost. Eagles win 30-13. Teddy Two Gloves became Teddy Business Decision. Doesn't go for the tackle. Warren Sapp and everybody on the Sun put the video out afterwards of him just 100% not trying to tackle anybody. Whether you think a quarterback should or shouldn't tackle people, you don't really want that video out there. Broncos just get slapped around by the systems, the Eagles.
The systems. Philadelphia. Hey, there you go. Getting this thing together. Jalen Hurts. The overall Devonta Smith. How about 2 touchdowns in the end zone for the Heisman Trophy winning wide receiver from Alabama? Denver. Come on. Can you just get something consistent, whether it's good or bad? Can we just talk about the Minnesota Vikings? Denver, you're now becoming really confusing. Levack, you've said it all season long. They've been bad, but that blowout victory over Dallas made me reconsider. Philadelphia, there you go. You're back in this wild card chase a little bit, although you got a few more games to go. You're playing better football. Denver, man, I'm glad you brought up Teddy Bridgewater. It seems as if they're a lock to not have lock, pun intended. A new quarterback in 2022. They're just going to keep switching the quarterback thing until they say that's the difference.
Who the hell are you going to get?
Somebody in the draft, maybe a good backup this season.
That's a good. I'll ask you a question in a minute.
Okay.
All right, how about this? Go Pack, go! Pack is back. Aaron Rodgers played. How's that for being a jerk and not telling everybody? 17-0. Russ Wilson was back too. Seahawks, just an ugly all-around game. Seahawks have got to be my most disappointing team this year. I just really don't. I thought with Russ Wilson, I thought they'd have a chance to go out there and do some stuff, not get blanked. Green Bay's defense played great, but still, 17-0. Pack wins.
Least favorite part about this game, my fantasy football darling this season, Aaron Jones, injured. Allegedly, he's going to be out 1 to 2 weeks. That's not going to be something you have to readjust or put on IR or anything. So Aaron Jones going to hurt. Not a fan of that. I am a fan of what DK Metcalf did. I'm not sure if you saw this, but DK Metcalf was ejected in the game and then tried to sneak back in the game.
What?
Yeah, all 6'4".
You put the mustache on?
So you beat me too, the Bobby V mustache. Yeah. I have not seen footage, and if someone has it, please, at the Jeff Levack on Twitter, at Tom Goz, TOMG was easy. The reports are out there that DK Metcalf tried sneaking back into the game. So what was he doing? Was it a different uniform? Was it, like you said, the mustache? How do you miss DK Metcalf coming back in?
Well, right. Like, who could he replace? Like, who would he sneak in for? Was I don't know, KJ Wright. I don't know. Like, you have to be a linebacker, right? He's the only wide receiver. Was that freaking? Did Daryl Boston get back on the roster? And we didn't know this. The other guy I've ever seen as a wide receiver is as muscular as DK.
Here's a nice superhero reference. Remember that scene in Captain America before he comes Captain America, where he's like all like flimsy and like skinny? Yeah. Where he's gonna have like the skinny arms, so they didn't notice him. I want footage of how DK tried to get it. I want the Bobby V picture of DK Metcalf. He's allegedly not going to get suspended for this upcoming game. Fine. He's a good player. Let him play and everything else. But I wonder if it's just social media chatter of him really trying to pull that off.
Who knows? I mean, he's a different kind of dude. There's no doubt about it. He's a different kind of dude. But even if you make a catch, like, it's not like they're going to let you keep it. Like, can you imagine a 35-yard catch for KD Calf-Met? Who the hell is that?
Whoa.
Though I guarantee there's a lot of teams looking at their best players right now going, how about Cooks Dalvinson? We can have 2 guys on the roster and we just flip your jersey inside out. It'd be fantastic. One AFC West team won this weekend, and I'm pretty sure it's only because 2 of them played each other. The Chiefs slapped the hell out of the Raiders. The Raiders made it easy to slap the hell out of them. Raiders said, you know what? Hey, remember how you guys looked in 2019? Why don't you look at that right now? That'd be great. 41-14, Raiders lose. There were 2 plays that just put the Raiders out of this game. One was obvious, one not so obvious. The obvious one, Deshaun Jackson, deep catch, looks great, gets lost, starts running around in circles, he plays hot potato, ball goes into the defender's hand. But in the first Raiders drive, so the Raiders defense holds the Chiefs to 3 and out. Raiders are moving down the field. It's 4th and 1. They're going to go for it. Alex Leatherwood, false start, offsides, get out of here. Go back, punt it, and then the Chiefs never look back, really, if we're being honest.
You put something on Facebook. Do you remember the Facebook post you had about the game?
Yeah. Me watching the Raiders play this terribly, thinking nothing's worse than the Raiders playing this terribly. Me hears Chris Collinsworth and goes, yup, that's worse. I was getting over my hate of Chris Collinsworth, but God, I was going to watch it. I was going to mute it. I was just going to mute it. Actually, I just stopped watching.
Okay, I don't know if you caught this comment then about Collinsworth, because it's probably going to drive you even more insane about even watching that game. He said something late in that game, and Al Michaels is great. Al Michaels is so – real quick on Al Michaels. He is so old and doesn't care anymore.
Right.
He's out there playing golf in the Manning cast. He's talking about gambling live on the air. He's pissed off that Tirico's taking his games away from him because he's got a super agent. Al Michaels now is great. Al Michaels.
That's what you want on.
Old man
Nothing
does
to lose.
Not care. Collinsworth says this. He goes, You know why the Raiders played poorly today? We thought we'd see a way better Raider team tonight. Maybe all these things off the field caught up to them. Isn't that too easy of an out though? Like that's
it's probably true. I mean, it's probably like realistically speaking. So my buddy Tommy's a KC fan. Bandwagon pulled up, he jumped on it. Whatever you're gonna do. So he's texting me and he's convinced the Raiders are gonna win that game. He goes, "Hey, any chance your Raiders can get a little COVID breakout for me?" I'm like, "Bro, our head coach had to step down a couple weeks ago. Our number one pick, in the 2020 draft, one of the biggest parts of our offense killed somebody's off the team. Same draft, defensive back has not nearly been as much of an impact on the team. He gets covering. We gave up a defensive back, a wide receiver, and a head coach this season, and you need help?" And he's like, yeah, I want help. You didn't need help. You didn't need. Just think about. Tell me a team. Now, mind you, the head coach thing is different because normally if your head coach gets fired because the team sucks. Gruden steps down because of what's going on now. He's suing the league. But I get it. Tell me a team that can do what they're doing and still win some football games.
There's few teams, not just in 2021, over the course of the last 10 to 20 years, who have had to have these things happen and try to go out every Sunday and be a competitive team for a playoff spot. So, yeah, I guess all of that is true. It just felt like if that's a one-score game or it's a depth issue or it's a special teams missed tackle, you can bring up that storyline. If you're getting smoked by Kansas City, I feel like that was too easy of an out because that's not the Raider team. And to Collinsworth's point, that's not the team we've seen all season. That looked like a team that was just like ready for a bye week or something else.
You know, the thing is that I can see where all that stuff is distraction. All that stuff is a problem. All that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Deshaun Jackson, if he makes that catch and go with the ball, changes the way you play defense against him. But I'm sitting there and I'm listening to it like all week. Raiders the only team that doesn't play too high safety, blah, 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 blah. Too high safety is how you stop the Chiefs, blah, 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 blah. But you start rolling. Don't you just look at the other safety and go, "Hey, back up." Why are we still saying one high? Like, what are we doing here?
Level of interest real quick before we get to the next game. 1 to 10 on the John Gruden lawsuit. As a Raider fan, do you care anymore? Are you intrigued by it?
I care as a fan of fairness. But let's be real honest and real clear. They're just gonna pay him. They're gonna give him a boatload of cash. Dan Snyder's gonna what I'll cut a leg off. What do you want? It's not gonna be mine.
I'll say this. I don't know if they're going to pay him. I think what I mean by that is, okay, John Gruden could have made $60 million more for whatever way.
He probably got like 20 to quit.
He has so much money right now.
Yeah.
So much money where I feel like it doesn't matter about the money for him because the reputation, the credentials, how people have looked at him, how people are going to view him for the rest of his life. There are some people who are going to say, you know what, John Gruden's a racist. He's this, he's that. And they may believe that no matter what the result is of this lawsuit. But I feel like John Gruden says, you know what I care about the most in my entire life? My reputation in football.
I hope.
And I don't care about the money. I will destroy you guys like you destroyed me. I think there's a passion for Gruden. And I want our guys like Daniel Wallach and others to give me every single detail. I want the lawyers. There should be the late Pedro Gomez covered Barry Bonds. You better get somebody. I don't care who it is to cover the John Gruden lawsuit beat because I want all the juice. Give me all the tea on that one.
See, I'd like to think that I'm a highly principled man, but there's a number. You know what I mean? Like, there's a number. And I know there's a few people in this world that have that number. Dale Snyder's got that number. He's got that number. And then he can just lean on other owners who have that number. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'd like to see them all come out, but I guarantee there's emails in there that nobody wants to see. As much as you think you don't want to see them. Bruce Allen knew everybody in the league. Dale Snyder knows everybody in the league. There's something from everybody, and everybody's got a friend, whether you want to admit it or not. Everyone has a friend that you say shit to that you would never say to anyone else, and you'd never want anybody to hear it. You'd never. I'm that friend for a lot of people. They say things to me, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" And they're like, "Well, you said what?" Blah. Like, I'm telling you, man. I'll tell you what, man. It's gonna be bad. Spider 2 white banana, huh? I'll tell you what.
Release the emails.
Yeah, break them out.
You know what?
That
actually might have been a thing a couple of years ago. Never mind. That's not as catchy. Never mind.
You gonna start chanting "Let's go, Brandon" next to even it out? Is that what we're doing?
Come on.
No, it's just you went one way.
Here goes my social media.
Dude, there was at the Albany game on Saturday before the rains. There was this one guy, and he just happened to be staying. Like, it almost felt like the Happy Gilmore, the Jackass. Or, like whatever, like all of a sudden, every once in a while, I get quiet. He goes, "Let's go, Brandon!" Like he would, like, and then like he'd look around like he didn't say it, but I know he was trying to start a "Let's go, Brandon" chant without being noticed. I don't know if he really meant it. If you don't know what "Let's go, Brandon" means, it's not really about Brandon. But I was like, the guy wants to start the chant, but he doesn't have the balls to start the chant. And plus, it's Albany, in like the bluest state in the country. I don't know how you're going to get going. Second bluest state.
I wonder how high school like principals and teachers handle that at sporting events, because back in the day, like you could have like whatever obscene chants or anything else, or I guess you can say it's a podcast now. Like you play like the penis game, right? Where like someone would say penis. And then whoever would say it the loudest and just keep getting louder. I don't know if other people played that.
That was a game. I used to just yell penis. I thought it was.
If they started a "Let's go, Brandon" chant at a high school sporting event,
what do you do?
Seriously, what do the teachers do? Like, no, you can't do that.
Because half the teachers are probably sitting there going, "Yeah, get them." The other half are like, "No, like
there's a Brandon on the court."
Right.
I'm whatever.
I didn't even know what it meant until we signed a dude whose last name was Brandon. And somebody wrote in the comments for the Empire, "I can't wait to hear 'Let's go, Brandon' chants." And I had to look it up because everybody got pissed off. And I'm like, what did this guy do? Why does everyone hate him so much? And I was like, oh. And then people started like cheering it on.
Did you see the SNL skit about it? A guy named Brandon? Oh, it's so good. Go watch it. It's great.
I just think it's creative. And it's funny how it came together. Whatever. And gas is really expensive. I'm not talking politically at all. I just don't want to pay $4 a gallon. I'm at that point. If we're just being clear, let's go. Whoever the hell is going to lower gas down to on like at least $3. Give me down to $3 flat. I'll pay it.
I walked into the gas station yesterday and said, "I don't know. How much do you think I should pay?" I had no idea. Whatever.
They just took your belt, grabbed your wallet. You're good. You can drive out of here. All right, that's the rapid recap from this week. Not so rapid recap with a little bit of nonsense added in. But Corey, before I know you want to talk about your friends at Johnstone, Corey from Greenwich. Hi guys. If you had to redraft the rookie quarterbacks, Lawrence, Wilson, Lance, and Fields, and Jones, 2 hands. Does Jets have a different QB? Do the Jets end up with a different QB if you redrafted this year?
Corey, why do you do this to us? Why do you do this? Look, Lance hasn't played. Wilson has barely played because he's been injured.
Well, first of all, because Lawrence would already be gone. So you might as well take Lawrence right out of it because Lawrence went before you picked. So you can't be mad. Like if Trevor Lawrence ends up being what you thought Trevor Lawrence was going to be, Jets fan, you can't be upset about it.
Right. And like, here's the thing. Okay, so I would still go Lawrence, Jones. My list would be this: Lawrence, Jones, Wilson, Lance. Because it's hard for me to make an argument.
Like Fields.
I guess
that's the right system. Not with the Jets.
Fields would be third, so I guess I'd flop Jones and Fields, but I like Fields too. I completely missed him on that. I put Lawrence 1 still because imagine if Trevor Lawrence plays for New England.
Well, yeah, that's the thing too. Is I think I still like Zach Wilson where he is. I wasn't really a fan of him going so early. I don't feel like he did enough. I don't feel like he's big enough. But at the same time, I would have taken Mac Jones just because I thought he was the bigger guy. I thought his floor was so high that even if he didn't end up being a superstar quarterback, I could build around him and I would have a good team. Like, like not a Dilfer, maybe a Dilfer with the Ravens kind of type, like a Kirk Cousins who isn't so full of himself. He throws the arrogant arm shit out there.
Yeah.
But you got a rookie head coach, rookie offensive coordinator. You brought in Knapp. Knapp was supposed to be the guy you were going to lean on. Zach Wilson hasn't had a chance to do anything yet. You didn't even bring in a veteran quarterback until after he got hurt. So Flacco's there now. Flacco 3 for 3 last week, by the way. So, I mean, maybe it's time to get wacko for Flacco again. Break out the unibrow. But no, I think if you're a Jets fan, you should still be right. Keep your hope alive for Zach Wilson.
The fan bases that want to give up Jets, Bears, Eagles, guys, chill. Like we're not even.
Fields. I think Fields in the right system with the right people around him. I think Fields could be special. I really do. I hate him because he's an Ohio State guy. But.
Yeah, the problem with Fields is that he was so good at Ohio State in 2019, barely played in 2020. 2021, look, you could do this with Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, and Justin Fields. All those guys were pretty high recruits, but they all transferred. So you wondered, why weren't they playing? Were they bad in practice? Is their film work not great? Was the quarterback ahead of them that good? Just a fair question to ask that maybe Fields is not the quickest learner or it takes an adjustment period, which, guess what? Most people have that happen. Like maybe he'll be really good a year 2, year 3.
Corey, just me thinking while doing work, LOL, just like you love the trades I bring up sometimes. We've never loved any of the trades you brought up, Corey. Chocolate chip cookies, you're amazing. Meat products that you bring from your farm, amazing. Goz loves your nuts in his mouth. Loves them.
Ooh, so good.
Loves them. But your trades are terrible. They're always terrible. I'm sorry. I can't remember last time you had a trade that I was like, oh yeah, let's do that one. No, I don't believe it. No, never happened. But we love you, Corey. You're the best. Instacam, he started some terrible chants at his high school. I think he went to my high school. I think it's the same high school.
Same high school. Whoops.
Well, he's a little bit younger, but yeah, I know. I agree with that though. We've definitely said some terrible things at South Colony, my friends. I mean, that high school, whatever one it is. But you know who could help you out? I bet a little bit with your with your issue with your smoke detector. I bet you get a brand new one over at your Johnstone Supply. I bet you got a whole box of them.
I need to find out. Johnstone Supply.
If anybody's got them, it's the subject.
Do me a favor. 518-272-5922. If you're listening to this podcast right now, 518-272-5922. Call Johnstone Supply in Troy and say, hey, we're listening to Levack and Goz. Do you guys sell smoke detectors or CO2s? Because Goz just takes his batteries out. He doesn't know what to do. Call them and personally ask them for me, and then leave me a message on social media. That will make me very happy.
And then Soch is going to go, I'm going to go check that CO2 out. I hear it's heating up over the Gozlowski compound.
The Goodman furnaces are now in stock right now. If you're looking for something,
those are good, man.
Yeah, more dependable, more efficient. The upgrade for the November, December months that are on the way. Your friends, your family, holidays are on the way. You got to make sure your air filters are updated, purified air in your home, all those things that are so important when you're having guests over. You want to make sure you're killing the germs to make sure they're breathing in the nice, clean, smooth air. Johnstone Supply in Troy can help you with all those questions that you may have for the holiday season to make sure your home is ready to go. Check out all that stuff. Don't forget the snow is on the way. Is your house going to be heated properly? Johnstone Supply in Troy can help you to find all those answers to all those questions. 6th Avenue, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The store hours are going to remain that way for the next 2 months on weekdays as well. Mm-hmm. Johnstone Supply, Troy, NY, the Facebook, Johnstone Supply in Troy this holiday season. And make sure your home is prepared for the family that comes over. Whether you like it or not, Johnstone Supply in Troy is going to make sure it's safe for you.
By the way, Ken 100% went the same high school as me. All right. There you go. That's out there. All right. We got there's Levack and Goz live from the Albany Empire studios, if you will, the offices here at the Times Union Center / soon to be MVP Arena. I was in the TU offices earlier today, listening to them, all the planning, all the things they have to do to turn it over by the end of the year. It's gonna be fun to watch them. I think we need to have a game. I think there needs to be a game. If somehow, some way they miss anything that says Times Union Center on it, we should get a free beer or something.
Oh, nice.
Because the meticulous nature in which they were going through, and there's this sign here and this here and this here, and then we have to do this and this and this. And I'm just like, I just want to find one. Just January 3rd. I just want to find one and go, ooh! Here's what I like to I'll tell you where it is if you give me a beer.
That's your idea. Here's my idea. When you have this nice, wonderful Albany Empire intern staff, if you can somehow get them to work a little bit sooner.
Get them to work at all.
I want them with a boombox or their cell phone while it's coming down to play really sad music like Michelle Branch, Goodbye to You, while it's slowly lowered down.
Why don't you just do it? Why don't you do it?
Can't pay for the music. Oh, me? Wait, you want me to do it?
Yeah.
We'll see what the price is. Okay.
It's your idea. You're going to pay yourself?
Yeah, but I can't film
You don't even pay me to be here. You're going to,
end of the month. 5 week month.
How dare you?
On Mondays.
5 weeks, yeah, so you can spread it out.
The house that Stone Cold built is what this place should be called. Like I said on social media.
Did you actually put that in here somewhere that you want to talk about that stuff?
No, I didn't. I didn't put that on there. But people are complaining on social media about my picture. They said I got the truck wrong. Look, on Instagram and on Facebook, I put the picture of Stone Cold with the beer nozzle spraying Vince McMahon. But allegedly on Twitter, I must have posted the wrong beer truck because our friends over at DeCrescenti are saying it's the wrong truck. I didn't realize Stone Cold did it twice. I thought it was just one beer truck. I'm a wrestling fan, and I'm pretty sure it was only one beer truck.
Well, no, I think he did. Oh, that's it. You did the Zamboni. That's the Zamboni you put up. That's different. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So it was a Miller Lite Zamboni. Here it was the Coors Light truck. And it was, if you look, it's actually a little bit too tall to get in. So it looks like it's going to take the whole damn place down. But no, yeah. So Coors Light truck, it was, yeah, you used the Miller Lite Zamboni.
See, here's the problem here. I typed in beer truck on GIF and a beer truck popped up. And that's, you know what, Levack, you're totally right. That moment is when he jumps up and leaps on a Mike Tyson before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
wow,
go ahead.
Mistake.
Go ahead. Keep blaming the internet. It's not, listen. Deke, guys at DeCrescenti, I love you. I love your products. I understand the difference of all of them. I do. Each one is a beautiful snowflake in my world, and I will take as much free beer as you will give me, even if it's reasonably priced. I don't care. Whatever. I'm ready to go. I wonder if they'll be here tonight. I'll be here for the Santa game, guys. I'm start paying up those beers. No, they were right. You were wrong. So you can apologize to Deeker Sonny.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
beer people.
Yeah. By the way, they are the distributors of both those beers, but
What?
Yeah.
It's even more difficult to figure out.
Well, they distribute them. They help you get them to market for you. It's not hard to figure out at all. It's like if you had a podcast network and you had one good show and then you had like 27 other crappy shows, right? You distribute all of them. They just happen to have all good stuff, but they distribute all of it.
That makes more sense to me now.
There you go. I'm here to help.
Okay, thank
Here to help you out. This is what I do. I help people out. Carlos Correa, dirtbag. First of all, you're a cheater. Second of all, he allegedly said that Derek Jeter never deserved any of the gold gloves anymore. He won. Just tell me you don't want to be a Yankee without telling me you don't want to be a Yankee. Mind you, he's already added a tiger to his profile. So he's like, it looks like he's going to Detroit. But again, yeah, screw you. Okay, screw you.
Carlos Correa is so good, but it seems as if he's got some really thin skin. I get it. Like over time, the Houston Astro thing, the cheating scandal, if you get it every day, it's a lot. It felt like Correa just got it in that one spring training session and then booed all the time. So what did he think was going to happen when he went to New York, though? New York fan, to their credit, if you are playing well, and this goes for any athlete, whether it's the Yankees, the Giants, the Knicks, if you're good, you will be embraced. Andy Pettitte took steroids. Roger Clemens, A-Rod. Yankee fan, like other fan bases, embraced those guys. Now, some of those timelines are a little bit mixed up. But if Correa showed up to New York and he's helping the team win a World Series, they're not going to boo him. It's not going to happen. Exactly right, Levack. He didn't want anything to do with New York. He wants to be the villain. He's got a little bit of thin skin. Why the hell is he going to Detroit? Is it simple as they're going to give him the most money? Probably.
I just cut myself.
You just cut yourself?
I'm bleeding everywhere. It's a problem.
Luckily, this show is insured.
Is it?
Northeastern Insurance.
Oh, okay. Jared, I need some money. I heard myself.
Check on that, Jared.
I'm also insured through the Empire and Becky, so whatever. Also, man, Mets fans. I don't know how to feel about this. Noah Syndergaard is now a member of the Los Angeles Angels, or will be once they can agree to a 1-year, $21 million deal pending physical. Thor heading out to the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, California, of the left coast.
Met fan, I thought I'd hear a little bit more outrage from you guys today. Some of you, our pal Nick Baggs, a former CBS guy in his own right, I know he was a little upset. I don't think it's that big of a loss heading to the 2022 season. Thor's pitched what? 2 innings in 2 years? He hasn't been the same type of thrower he's been used to when he's in the prime of his career. Can he throw 100 miles an hour? Maybe when he steps back on the mound in 2022. But it's hard to sell to me that someone who barely has played in the last 2 years is worth a $20 million show me contract. And to make it even further here, he goes to the Angels, who, of course, Joe Madden wants to be the greatest baseball mind of all time. How's that going with Ohtani and Trout, Madden? You been in the playoffs yet?
Yeah.
And now he wants a 6-man rotation.
Okay, we do that.
A 6-man rotation. No, hit the music, Levack. 6-man rotation for Ohtani.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's just, if you're a Mets fan, you can't love that. You can't love it. The only thing that would be worse, like, can you imagine if, like, somehow your manager that you fired went across the street, got a job with the team, probably was going to get groomed to be the next manager of the team? Oh, wait. Luis Rojas, now the third base coach of the New York Yankees. Rojas, 40 years old. Bear with me on this one. Everyone loved this guy. Managed multiple levels of the Mets organization. I think it said he was in the Mets organization for 37,000 years. 16 years. So 16 years. He's 40 years old. A little bit. It was close. Just a little. Yes, a bit outside. I think you bring him in your organization. Maybe he takes over Scranton at some point. Maybe he stays here and learns. I think he's going to end up being the Yankees manager at some point.
Whoa.
I think he is. He's only 40. He can learn under Boone and what not to do. I mean, what to do, and then one day be the manager.
I think I want to agree with you on this point, but I'm trying to hitch my wagon to a manager in the Yankees farm system who played with Judge, played with Sanchez. There's a guy who I covered back for the Syracuse Saltcats named Dan Fiorito, who I believe you and I had on the air at one point, who talked about his minor league. He is now a part of the Trenton staff, and I want to make sure it's Trenton, but that minor league system is all screwed up now. He's somewhere between high A and low A, where he's managing the team now, and he's only 30. I hope it's Dan Fiorito.
Is he anywhere near hip hop hooray? Oh,
Nice.
No?
I hope it's him. So I know that's a very random reference. So I get the Rojas thing, but individually, I'm hoping a guy gets a call from the minors who I've covered before.
See, what we do is we make Rojas good because you ruined Willie Randolph. So it's like a little to the Mets for what they did to Willie. Poor Willie. I got one more baseball story, and it's pretty amazing to me. Have you heard what happened with the Cleveland Guardians?
Yes, I have.
Not the baseball team. No. Not the baseball team. The roller derby team?
No.
All right, so this is the deal. The Cleveland Guardians, the Cleveland Indians, who will be the Cleveland Guardians, end up in a legal battle over the name, the Cleveland Guardians, with a roller derby team. They went to war with a roller derby team. That's right. That is what has happened. The Guardians nickname, the baseball playing Guardians made the announcement Tuesday. They're gonna an amicable resolution. They're gonna use it, but apparently at one point, the team owner of the Derby team owner, Gary Sweat, two T's, Gary Sweat with two T's, said like they offered likely no more than 15 minutes of our annual team revenue as a settlement when they started talking. So apparently it's big money in the Cleveland Guardian roller derby world. They said they were trying to bully them into getting rid of the name. So now both teams going to use the name. So when you buy tickets, make sure you go to the right one, the roller derby, which is going to be far more entertaining than the baseball game.
Yeah. So
actually, by the way, if you're in Cleveland, you probably were going to roller derby anyway.
There was a report out there. I think it was our pal Justin Atlanta who had said that they had offered them a 5-figure settlement, and the roller derby team laughed at it. They said, "We're not touching that." There's
you
no
throw
chance.
in skate keys and passes the Guptals on the weekend with secrets included. No dress code. Two water cannons, or we're out.
Done. What was the answer? Like, is it $1 million? But we'll never find out. Is it $1 million?
I think I got a feeling what it came down to is we'll throw you a couple bucks for your time and trouble. You get to keep using the name. We'll keep using the name. Leave each other alone.
I don't think that's a good deal for the roller derby team.
What are you going to do? I mean, St. Rose, what did they get?
I still want to know the St. Rose. Like, please, somebody tell them. They had to have gotten something.
Nothing. They got, you know what they got? They ever get out to Vegas, they get to go to a game probably. And they got to pay half price probably. It's not going to work. All right. You ready? Actually, I want to talk about sleep.
Ooh.
Yeah. I want to talk about sleep.
I just want to do some graphics on there.
I suddenly want wings. I don't know why. Integrated Sleep Center, Boston Spa, Dr. Fred Dreer, 518-885-6185, 518-885-6185. I love Dr. Dreer. Funny guy, good guy, but all around great guy when it comes to the fact that if you're snoring, you're not sleeping. If you have sleep apnea, not only are you not sleeping, you're jeopardizing your health. A lot of these places, you got to go to this lab, fall asleep there. They do the sleep study, maybe you end up with a fighter pilot nurse. And if you move, it goes crazy, like all that stuff. This is the easiest way you're ever going to get sleep. I'm telling you right now. At-home sleep study, you pick a thing the size of like a lunchbox, bring it home. It's real easy. Bring it back. So that's the
audio audience is loving this. The bane to that.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're missing.
Batman, I can't sleep. And then, all right, for me, I found out I had severe sleep apnea, which means if you added up all the times I stopped breathing during the night, it was 12 minutes an hour. So that's not good. Now, after years of using it, a couple adjustments, I'm down to like under 2 minutes an hour of it happening. My snoring's never gone, but it's so quiet now that people don't freak out anymore. 518-885-6185. 518-885-6185. Just call to ask questions. Lorianne will answer your questions. Dr. Dreer will answer your questions. You're gonna love meeting Amanda. She's one of the nicest people on the planet. Integrated Sleep Center, Boston Spa. 518-885-6185. To help me sleep better, to help you sleep better too.
not one, but two traditional headlines kind of grouped into one.
Non-traditional.
Yeah. Paul Rudd has been named the sexiest man alive.
Love it.
And a new Ghostbusters film is going to be out starring Paul Rudd called Ghostbusters Afterlife. We'll start with the first one because you seem very excited about that.
I love it.
All right.
I heard people pissed off that he's the sexiest man alive. Not only does the man not age, not only is he a very good looking man, he's funny. Like, since when is sexy just the way you look? Because if sexy was just the way you look, I'd never get laid. Funny matters. It matters. Trust me. Fat guys matter. Funny guys matter. You'd be shocked. I'm half of your mother. Like half of your mothers. I'm your father, guys. Like, you listening right now, I'm your dad, and it's because I'm funny. So I think he was the perfect guy to be sexiest man alive. He's Ant-Man, for F's sake. He can make things get bigger. He's got the Pym particles. Okay,
that's right.
You tell mom that. You tell mom Levack's back around. He's still funny. He's got Pym particles now. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Chris Jones? You know what I'm saying?
God, careful.
Chris Jones, we made the microphone go off for a second. Go ahead. I'm sorry. We have a common what? We have a common
partnership. Oh, I can see the shirt now. Funny matters. That's all it says. Just Levack and Goz, and then not
patent pending. Patent pending. Okay. Somebody call my boys over at Elevation. Tell them I need a Funny Matters shirt.
Those are the guys right there.
Yeah.
So Paul Rudd, you mentioned, doesn't age and be funny. Here's an obscure Paul Rudd story that I just love about this guy. And I'm with you. He's sexiest man alive. No, he's not my father. Right. He's not. So I loved Conan growing up, like the late night Conan, TBS, all that stuff. So you know what I'm talking about?
The movie killer.
Yes. So for those who don't know, he did this Levack at least a decade plus, where every single time Paul Rudd would be a guest on the Conan show, he'd do the typical late night interview, 8 to 10 minutes, tell some stories, funny. And for the audience who had never seen Paul Rudd on, they tossed the trailer for the movie. Like,
there's a clip.
There's a clip. It was always the same clip from what it was like a
Max or something.
Yes,
Max
it was
the
like
alien
the most
or something.
Max the alien's going down the hill,
right?
And he flies into the water and he pops. It's just a dumbass clip. It's so funny though, and year after year.
Oh, Mac and me.
Yeah. Every time. Yeah. I'm probably not doing it justice because go find it on YouTube. That
he always sells it. He sells it so perfect because he's just like, yeah, there's a clip, and he turns and looks, and then the clip comes on, and then like after like 20 times of it, they just turn back to Conan, and he's just like, you son of a bitch. Hey, you got me again. And they're like, no, I'm not going to do it. It's Conan. I'm not going to do it again. I would never do it again. I would never. He goes, and there it is. And he's just like Conan shaking his head. Yeah, no, Paul Rudd's the man.
You would think like all the movies he's promoted over those decade plus years that
he'd actually want to show one.
No.
Do you see the close? There's a bit that kind of rivaled that this last week. So, Jimmy Kimmel is supposed to have. I want to get the right one.
Ryan Reynolds
on. Will Ferrell shows up. So Ryan Reynolds is out to support the movie Red Notice, which is actually really, really good on Netflix. And Will Ferrell is out promoting The Shrink Next Door, which I believe also has Paul Rudd in it.
Yes.
So Will Ferrell comes out for Ryan Reynolds, does the whole thing as Will Ferrell talking, whatever, but then Fallon is supposed to have Will Ferrell, and Ryan Reynolds shows up. So they obviously are collaborating on the whole friggin' hysterical. Just to say, two of the funniest guys alive, and they did that. But like that's the bit that kind of rivals what the running Paul Rudd bit.
I love that, man. I love that Fallon and Kimmel and all those guys are not. It's like the wars of Letterman and Leno. There was an old spaghetti cut, and this is such a random one where like there was one time they sent a string of spaghetti across to each other. All that stuff's great, man. It makes everybody like no one watches late night TV anymore. It's all on YouTube anyways. So there you go.
Right.
But, what do you think about Ghostbusters, by the way, coming back?
I'm excited. I know it's one I have to see right away. There's rumors that Bill Murray actually is in it somewhere, and there's only like I'm not even going to say what movie, but he made one cameo. It's the only time people didn't call me and tell me he was going to be in something. So just in case he's in it, I want to see it before somebody calls me. Oh my God, Bill Murray did this and this, and Slimer flew out his asshole. Like I want to make sure that I see it before somebody tells me.
That sounds like Zombieland. You're just like really upset about Zombieland.
Yes. Well, no. See, but here's the thing: no one told me about that. I actually got away with that one. I got to see it. I was watching it at home. I was sick or whatever, and I finally had it where you could rent it online or whatever. And I clicked it, and they get to the gate, and I see the BM, and I'm like, "There's no way." I'm like, "If this is Barry Manilow, I'm pissed. If this is Bill Murray, this makes this whole." And then like, "Oh my God!" Like I was so excited. So I don't know if he's in it or not. Like it's supposed to be like ridiculously difficult to get Bill Murray to answer your phone calls, even if you want to give him work. So chances are he's not in it. But I'm hopeful.
I was convinced like 6 years ago I got close to try to book him on your show for your birthday. I thought I got close. I really wasn't, but in my mind I thought it was close. I tried 6 years ago.
You can't. Do you ever watch the Netflix special where they literally like just all the random places he's shown up? Oh my god, it's actually really, really good. It's actually really, really fun. Like I'm gonna start just showing up at like sorority and dorms for college parties because you never know, he might just wander in and start doing dishes and singing and crap.
Before we say we're going to be tonight, Levack, because you were going to be somewhere here locally supporting a certain team, I want to tell our friends about Mohawk Honda.
That's a great idea. I love our friends at Mohawk Honda.
Here we go. The inventory is in. Even though the year is ramping up, so many people might have questions about what they exactly want or how it's going to happen or how it fits their budget and all those things. You want to go to Mohawk Honda. Mohawk Honda. I can't read it because it's too far away. No, but look at it. Go ahead. What's it say?
I am not in Ghostbusters. That is
my dad. Okay,
dad. Great. We found the one movie they didn't need a tall, in-shape, bald dude. He's in like 60 movies.
He's not happy about the most recent. He doesn't want to rip the director, but he's not happy.
Oh, Cutting Room Floor?
Yeah, he was not picked for a recent film that's going to be out there.
What film?
He might leave the comment here.
What film?
But he was not in Ghostbusters.
He's not. I know he's not in Ghostbusters. That's not the one. What's the other film?
He doesn't. He might leave it here in the
comment.
Come
on, we're gonna boycott it.
Mohawk Honda.
We're not boycotting them.
He came from Syracuse with my mom. They bought a vehicle because that had the right price. Do the same wherever you're listening, from Ithaca to Cortland for the Cortica Jug. Now you've both lost and you've both won, but you can both win by going to Mohawk Honda. From Geneva to Rochester, anywhere else, selection is the best here in the capital region. In Glenville, say what's up to Greg Johnson, Hot Sauce Doyle, Cam McKenna, Lindsey Harridan, John in service.
Diva.
I'm not hugging anybody else. I've not put that clip up on YouTube for you, John, because I'm concerned, especially about CO2 talk and H2O talk and all that stuff.
Actually, John will probably come fix it for you.
Yeah, probably. Mohawk Honda, where they always go out of there, please.
Instacam, have you guys seen Halloween Kills?
No.
I have.
Oh.
I have. All right. Not great. Not as good as the last one. Probably not as good as the next one. But no, it was all right. It was okay. It was all right.
Jamie Lee Curtis basically said she's going down with the films, right? She's just like, it's going to be on.
Why not? Dude, once you do Activia, the yogurt that makes you poop, like what else you got left? Like whatever. Forget Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woodley. That's from your dad? What movie is he not in?
I don't know if it's titled. It's a Shailene Woodley film that's being filmed in upstate New York. I'm not sure if it actually has a title yet, but it's a Shailene Woodley.
I'll tell you right now, TG2, CrossFit Kringle, you're too good for that. You're too good for that nonsense. Okay, all right. You no, unless it's like Divergent 75. It's not. I've never like the only Shailene Woodley crap I've ever seen is when my kid made me watch it, and I think my kid hates Shailene Woodley now. And I don't know if she'd admit it. She got that wispy, stupid haircut that she had in the one movie, The Fault in Our Stars, or Fault in like Mexican Bars. I don't know what the hell it's called. And she hated it. She hated the haircut. I don't think she's like Shailene Woodley since.
She blamed her.
Oh yeah, well she wouldn't have got it if the chick didn't have it on the movie.
When she was playing a character, it wasn't.
Yeah, so what? Listen, you hate everything. What are you talking about? You like the list of crap that you won't do anymore because of some randomness. Like dude, you hate old people because of the Cubs, all of them. You hate like the laundry list of stuff guys just won't do because of whatever. Like I'm sure there's random candy bars you won't eat because you saw somebody who doesn't like eat one once.
This has nothing to do with me. It has something to do with your daughter and my father. Do not group me in with those two. These two have the complaints, not me.
All right, be here next week when it's me, TG2, and Bells. It's gonna be a new show. We're gonna keep it going, and we're gonna do it on the new Godzilla media, which is yes, yes, CrossFit Kringle Media.
You called me yesterday how to put something on YouTube, so I don't know how well that's going to go.
Well, that's part of it.
So hang on, you're going somewhere tonight. And
I'm going downstairs.
All right,
I'm going downstairs.
Yale Sienna.
Yes, I just found out I have an extra seat. I'm just saying if you want to.
I'm off to Doghouse tonight.
That's right. A little trivia.
On Tuesday.
Little Trivial Pursuits.
Trivia. How long can we do this excuse? I feel like I'm going to give you the answer. Another late show reference here. Was it Karnak? Right, they used to have the answer before the question. Yeah. February.
Yes.
As long as we can go without mentioning Sienna players on the actual team, because 9 new players every night. You're going to be like, tonight. This is what you live back. Who's 20? Who's 5? You don't know the players yet. That's how early we are in the season for this team.
I don't feel like we're that show anymore. I don't feel like we need people's names anymore.
No.
I don't feel it. I would much rather just talk about Cam watching Halloween Kills, CrossFit Kringle being pissed off at Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woodley. Like those are the names I need to know.
My car may or may not be in the parking lot.
Yeah, well, if you blocked out Mike, owner of the Empire.
Some guy told me to park in some spot out there. I don't know, the attendant or whatever. He's like, go under that sign.
Jeff?
Yeah, he said, go under the sign.
Oh, yeah, he's the man. You don't worry about Jeff. Jeff's great.
Saturday,
if you're ever pulling into that lot, make sure you're nice to Jeff. Bacon Bash, baby.
Yeah.
Bacon Bash. What are we doing? When are we doing the second show this week?
I think it's 10:30 to noon. A Deuce show this week. Deuce show because we're at the Hideaway for a Monday Night Football special.
A lot of bacon.
So no Techies Tuesday next week because we're going Monday Night Football instead.
Yeah. So all right. So we will we'll be live Saturday morning. Also, like God said, we'll be at Bacon Bash. Well, I'll be there at O'Toole's, I'm sure, with hundreds of pounds of bacon to give away, and they still have not spelled my last name right.
Every year.
Ever. They tag me on social media using my effing name. And they still spell my name wrong. I don't care. I love everybody over at O'Toole's. I expect bacon and something from What's Poppin' because you spelled my name wrong. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully everybody will come out. It'll be a great time. 6 o'clock Saturday, Bacon Bash over at O'Toole's. I think it actually starts at 5, but I start yelling bacon and doing bacon trivia and stupid shit at 6. So that'll be great. But maybe Jeff Levack is there from 5 until 6. And then Jeff Levack comes in and takes over at 6.
It's DK Metcalf, actually.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Dressed as you. Backwards hat.
I'm gonna try and get paid twice. Jeff Levack took Jeff Levack's. No. So we'd love to see you guys. Then we'll do that, and then Monday we're gonna be live at the Hideaway. How about Saturday? We announce the first ever 100%. We'll give you all the details. This Saturday, we'll tell you all about the first ever Levack and Goz Christmas special.
Ooh.
Levack and Goz Christmas. I know we kind of told you some of it, but we'll give you all the details. This Saturday, 10:30, whatever the hell it is.
10:30, yeah.
10:30, whenever God shows up at my house, remembers he doesn't get lost in my hallway. The first ever Levack and Goz Christmas special. I'll give you the full details. It's coming. It's coming. And so is Christmas. So we're looking forward to it. Can't wait to see everybody. Screw you, Shailene Woodley. Fuck you, Aaron Rodgers, for screwing over TG2. Screw you guys. Let's go, Saints.